Good day, everybody. What a beautiful smoky day out right now in Alberta. This is a request video that I'm going to start shooting some videos on request purposes. So if you have any requests of what you'd like me to do, demonstrate, anything you'd like to learn, post it down in the comments. And if this is your first time to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Today's video, obviously you can tell by the title, many requests talk about the Power Probe. The Power Probe by far has been my favorite troubleshooting tool of all time. Now this is the Power Probe 4. I've had this probably 5 years or longer, I'm going to say. Like I said before, it is the best troubleshooting tool by far. I haven't even used half of the features this thing has. One of the best things I like about it, besides for the screen that tells you the voltage, it gives you the ability to apply power or apply ground to test a circuit to determine whether it's bad power, bad ground. If you want to test a circuit, it has an auxiliary ground right here that you could tie into and then power it with the probe itself. You can test fuel injectors, you can measure resistance, you can do a power feed, measure voltage drop. You can buy another accessory for it to help you trace down short circuits. This operates off of 12 volts from your vehicle and comes with a really long cord. It has a plug-in right there that I use with 2 battery connectors. Pretty sure I had one a long time ago that had a cigarette lighter plug-in, but I'm not sure what happened to it now. So the Power Probe does have a resettable breaker, so if you happen to give power or ground to the opposite end, it'll pop the breaker instead of destroying the circuit. The other Power Probe I had back in the day had a resettable fuse in the front that would just pop up. I think that was like a Power Probe 2 or something. Now this kit here, took me a while to find it because I purchased it when I had my other Power Probe, because the other Power Probe I had, the older one, didn't have all these accessories. So when I bought the new Power Probe and sold the old one, I've never really used this kit because everything that's in this kit is inside there. The only thing I'm missing, which I still may buy, is the short circuit detector. That is the only thing I'm missing, but I do believe they have a newer model of the Power Probe out, but this Power Probe still suits my needs, so I don't justify myself anytime in the future buying a new one. So I got my 2014 Wrangler JKU here. Power Probe is out. I'm just going to show you some very basic tests that usually the most critical for me. First thing, we can connect it to your battery source. So right now, I just have it on tip voltage, where I could ground a circuit by pressing this button down. Or I can energize the circuit by pressing it up. Now if you want to go into the different modes, you press the mode button. So right now I have it set on feed test. This will test resistance. Tells you your battery, your tip voltage. So I'm gonna test this blue circuit. It says my tip is 0.19 volts, battery is 12.42, resistance 789. Little confusing to read upside down. Let me just rotate the video so you can see it better. Let's go to number 10. You can see right there, this one here tells us the tip voltage is 12 volts. We know that one there has power full time. So I just had it on the feed test, just kind of showing you guys, but you can have it right from the horse's mouth. Power feed test is used to check resistance on static circuits or voltage drops across active circuits by simply probing one connection of the circuit being tested. PTF measures total circuit resistance from the source battery accurately, whether there is a voltage on the circuit or not. Unlike standard multimeters with the aux ground lead, PFT can also be used like a standard ohmmeter. The circuit resistance will be calculated even with the voltage applied to the circuit. Some important notes: while it is possible to ohm check some components, it should be noticed that a PFT is primarily for use on wiring only, should never be connected to a solid state component such as a module. Can also be used as an ohmmeter on wire or components not connected to a battery or ground. Simply connect the item being tested between the probe tip and the auxiliary ground lead and the resistance reading in ohms. I just want to point out, Power Probe is great in the feed test to measure resistance, but you cannot power our ground circuits, so we need to go back to the volts where we can energize. So right now I got that light, I got it grounded, but let's say you're trying to figure out where the short is, so you want to energize the circuit. So I just touch the tip on the wire, see my thumb, try to get that LCD screen, energize it. Now we could do the same backwards. We're going to move the ground. We're going to hook up the positive. Same thing. Try to figure out if you got a ground that's bad. There you go. Applying the ground. Presto. And that's how that works. The volts is pretty much the one I use the most when I'm working on the Jeep trying to solve something, just for the reason I can activate circuits. But I need to test to see if the trailer brake wiring is working on this. So we're actually going to swap this back over to the feed test and drag this to the back. You can see right there, got her plugged in. You can see this wire goes back quite far, stretched across. I'm at the back of the bumper. Really just want lights. Let's do it just with the lights on. Just with the lights on. Okay, ground. Lights. Nothing. Nothing. That's in the voltage. Let's go to feed test. The same thing. Tell me a resistance of 1.2. This is the power. Tip says 12.2 volts. You can see the voltage drop. 12.29, 12.22 is a little bit of a voltage drop with a resistance of 5.6. So here it says resistance 18.2, tip 0.2 volts, and same with that one. So now let's go back. We'll turn off the lights to auto. Put the flashers on. So we got the flashers. It's gonna be a little bit harder. Ground's the same. There's no voltage on this because the power's turned off. Now the flashers move too fast for the Power Probe to really get a measurement, because you can see it right there. And then when I come down to the tip, it has a hard time measuring that. So let's just see if we go up in the voltage test, see if it makes a difference. So you got the beep, that makes a difference. Here's another example. Let's say I couldn't get these lights to turn on. It's hooked up to a switch pod here. So I have it hooked up to a 10 amp circuit. To put it on the ground. I know the ground is good. So the issue must be the power. So what do? We're going to push this button forward. It's going to be on volts. So you're going to see, push the button, light up. Push the button, light up. So by doing that in the situation, I know the wires going from here to the lights would be good, which would tell me that the issue would lie inside this module, either in the switch in the cab, the fuse panel, or maybe something inside is just plain worn out. Now please keep in mind, I've only shown you 2 functions that this Power Probe can do. This Power Probe is capable of so much more, but most of the time when I'm troubleshooting something, I just use the voltage meter, or you could use the feed test to measure voltage drops and power to the circuit resistance. Well, if you made it this far in the video, shut her down. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you have a request, post it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get the request out. Maybe I'll have like a request Thursday or request Friday day. Not sure how it's going to work out, but one day I'm going to put the request videos on. So I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.